This tutorial is for section X9, Graph Solutions to Multi-Step Inequalities for 8th grade. Here, again, there's no new math. You know how to do multi-step inequalities, and you know how to graph them once you get to your final answer. So all you have to do is combine the two things that you already know how to do into one problem. So again, no new math, all the same rules apply. They're just taking you step by step all the way through to where you can do a multi-step inequality and then graph your solution. So let's look at a couple examples. Number 1, 7 minus r is less than 5. The first thing I'll do is subtract 7 from both sides. That leaves me with negative r is less than, and then 5 minus 7 was negative 2. Now, we don't want a negative variable, so what we'll have to do is flip the sign. But remember, if we flip this sign, we have to also flip the inequality and the sign on the other side. So this turns into r is greater than 2. So that may be a little hard to see, but that's an open circle at 2 then. And then since it's greater than, it's all the numbers to the right of 2. So number 2. 1 is greater than or equal to w divided by negative 2 minus 1. The first thing I'll do is add 1 to both sides. That leaves me with 2 on the left is greater than or equal to w divided by negative 2. To cancel out this negative 2 in the denominator, since this is division, I'll undo it by multiplying by that negative 2. What I do to one side, I have to do to the other. Negative 2 times positive 2 is negative 4. We canceled out that negative 2, leaving us with w by itself on the right. And then to get it in the correct form, I'm going to read it backwards. So w is greater than or equal to negative 4. So this is my final answer. Then I'll have to graph that. So since it included an equal to, it'll be a closed-in circle at negative 4. And since it's greater than, it's all the numbers to the right on the number line. Number 3, 10 is greater than negative 3t plus 1. First, I'll subtract 1 from both sides, leaving me with 9 is greater than negative 3t. Since this is multiplication, to undo it, I'll divide both sides by negative 3 to get t by itself. 9 divided by negative 3 is negative 3. And then to get my answer in the correct form that I can graph it, I'll read it backwards. So t is greater than negative 3, rewritten here. Gets an open circle at negative 3, and then since it's greater than, it's the numbers to the right on the number line. Number 4, 7 plus 3g is greater than or equal to negative 5. I'll first subtract 7 from both sides. That leaves me with 3g on the left, and then negative 5 minus 7 is negative 12. To get g by itself, I'll undo this multiplication by dividing both sides by 3. Negative 12 divided by 3 is negative 4. So g is greater than or equal to negative 4. Since this includes an equals, I'm going to have a closed-in circle, and then it's greater than, so it's going to be shaded to the right. Number 5, n divided by negative 2 plus 10 is greater than or equal to 9. The first thing I'll do is subtract 10 from both sides. That leaves me with n divided by negative 2 is greater than or equal to negative 1. To get rid of that negative 2 in the denominator, I'll multiply both sides by negative 2. That'll leave me with n on the left side, since this cancels out. Negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2. So n is less than or equal to 2. That gets a closed-in circle at 2. And then it's shaded to the left because that's where the numbers are less than 2 on the number line. Number 6, 7 is less than f divided by negative 3 plus 6. The first thing I'll do is subtract 6 from both sides. 7 minus 6 is 1. So 1 is less than f divided by negative 3. To get rid of the negative 3 in the denominator, I'll multiply both sides by negative 3. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. This cancels out, leaving f by itself on the right. I'll read it backwards to get my answer written with the variable on the left. so f is less than negative 3. To graph it, I'll have an open circle at negative 3 and shade to the left. Number 7. H divided by negative 1 minus 1 is less than or equal to 1. Lots of 1s on that one. So first I'll add 1 to both sides, leaving me with h divided by negative 1 is less than or equal to 2. To get rid of the negative 1 in the denominator, I'll cancel that out by multiplying both sides by negative 1. That leaves me with h on the left, and then 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. So h is greater than or equal to negative 2. To graph it, it gets a closed-in circle at negative 2 and then shaded to the right. Last problem. 5 is less than or equal to p divided by 2 plus 8. The first step here is to subtract 8 from both sides. 5 minus 8 is negative 3. And then we have p divided by 2 on the right. To get rid of the 2 in the denominator, we multiply both sides by 2. That gives us p by itself on the right. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. We'll read it backwards. So p is greater than or equal to negative 6. So we get a closed-in circle at negative 6 and shaded to the right. And that's it.